Hey folks, Mike here today with some thoughts here on a game called ScourgeBringer. As usual, full disclosure, I am paying for a Game Pass subscription, therefore I'm indirectly paying for the game that way. So I got this through Game Pass on PC, and I'm playing it with a PS4 controller. I could use the Xbox One controller if I wanted. I could use mouse and keyboard as well if I wanted, but I am using this instead. This game is available on Steam as well. I believe it's on sale for like, I think it's normally 15 US or 17 US, on sale for 15. Anyways, you guys would have to check out the pricing because I don't know US pricing as much. Anyways, this is a kind of a roguelike, light, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's a platformer hack and slash thing, intense action game. I don't know what you want to call it. It's pretty cool though. It plays really well. It's not something I would normally like to play, except this one plays really well. And that's what's great about something like, Game Pass, right? You get to try out some new stuff that you would normally not want to play, or be interested in, but not enough to know you want to pick it up. So yeah, movement, simple movement, instant control, very easy. A lot of air control. Not that it matters, because you get your double jump, you have a dash. You are not invulnerable while dashing, worth pointing that out. You can stick to walls pretty well. You slide, but you can get some height off of it. You also have a gun, which could be useful for secrets when you see them. I just picked up a different gun, and different guns also mean upgrade slots and stuff like that. And yeah, light attack, heavy attack. So a light slash and a heavy slash. Heavy slash eventually allows you to deflect bullets on top of stunning enemies. Bullets cause a lot of damage, but the timing window is a little short for that. So it is a bit of, at least at my skill level, it is definitely a risk-reward situation. If you're better at the game, of course, it's a absolute win at all times. So yeah, I wouldn't consider myself... Oh yeah, and there's also the flashing icon there on the left, the Fury ability, which is the like your super attack or whatever. Get out of jail free card, if you will. Yeah, the music's great. There's options for that as well if you're maybe not crazy about the heavy metal riffs going on. There's some accessibility options for various things, so what I have enabled is a little bit more health drops to help me out, because I'm not great at this. The game also has a dynamic difficulty scaling, which is, I believe, is on by default now. I definitely have it on, and it's noticeable, the scaling from the first time you play. After a couple runs, it's very noticeable how much it helps. I don't believe I'm at the bottom of the scaling anymore. I think I'm a little bit above the minimum, but I definitely noticed at first it scaled down a lot, and then I hit the floor. So what I'm saying is I was really not good at this at all. So I've put about a dozen hours in so far. That was... Getting hit by those bats is always kind of silly. It's like you get hit by the weakest enemy in the game, or the most basic enemy in the game, and it's like, normally I don't even think about them, and you still get nailed. Alright, so some of these rooms I skipped are rooms with specific things. So you get a blessing here. So 50% damage increase at max health is crazy good. Smashing shop items doesn't increase costs. Seems like the best option for me, because I know my skill level. In other words, I know I'm not going to be max health for very long. So this room here, excellent. I can get health if I want. Right, so the cost is increasing, but that's because when I loop back around it'll be the same cost. So I'm basically bumping it to a higher level item. Damn. That's a lot better. Let's go for that. So yeah, different weapons, like I kind of alluded to earlier, the different weapons have different upgrades for your sword as well, which is important. That's a crappy way of doing that, but I'm okay. Yeah, I could totally jump up if I wanted. This is kind of what I was waiting for. Oh, man. I keep taking some hits. Some hits that I should not be taking. Anyways, that kind of gives you an idea what to expect. I'm not gonna get the... Oh, I should have smashed the health item to see what the higher tiers were. I could have gotten a permanent increase. That was a bad move on my part. So yeah, each area you'll finish with a boss battle, which, you know, not the easiest boss battles in the world. This one might seem a little easy because I've done it so many times now. Even then, you'll see that I'm definitely taking on some damage. I'm also doing... If you can see me, you'd probably notice I'm getting a little frustrated there because I was taking a lot of hits I shouldn't have, but, you know, it is what it is. It's not the game letting me down, that's me letting myself down. Oh, man. So the one thing I'll slightly complain about is the fact that I still don't have the timings down for some reason. I struggle a little bit with some of these timings. Maybe it's I'm smashing too much and there's a command queue waiting or something, I don't know. Just throwing it out there. I doubt it though. If anything, this is me being bad at the game. So yeah, there's I think there's 5 worlds in total, and then you get to the very end of the game. The reason I know about this is there is an option to basically win. No, there's an option to turn on invulnerability if you want. I should have dodged again. But if you were to turn on invulnerability, you can get to the end of the game pretty easily, and I would recommend it. You know, it gave me a lot of time to learn the boss patterns and actually make, especially the first boss, it made it a lot easier. Even though I just did it once, I took the time. The second world boss that I was in, I probably can defeat now. So anyways, this is a skill tree. These are persistent upgrades, so as you can see, I've worked my way up. I'm near the end of these 2 branches, or at least the 1 branch. So yeah, you get different abilities. So you don't have everything, right? The combo meter's not there at first. Hitting back ammos or bullets isn't there at first either. Like a lot of stuff like that gets added in, even your HP. So you start, I think you start with like, not 5? 8? 7 HP I believe. Something like that. Anyways, you want to work your way up the skill tree. So the more runs you do, the more things you get. Real quick, we'll just pass through some of the options here. Right, screen shake if you're into that. In-game timer is a decent idea. Graphics, there's not much going on. Audio, right, if you want specific music instead of the dynamic, you can do that. Controls, super simple, not a whole lot to talk about there. And yeah, a couple accessibility options, right? If you want to make the game harder or easier, you totally can. You can also do... Ooh, yeah. So this is the more HP drops I was talking about, but you can do invulnerability. Yeah, adaptive difficulty. There's also more secret bits and harder challenge modes and stuff like that. So, if you just want to play the game and enjoy it, you definitely can, because it feels great. You know, that's the one big thing to take away from this, is that not only am I kind of bad at this game, actually not terrible, but you know, I don't have the skill level I used to have. It's the fact that it still feels great, even playing it while invulnerable, and the later levels are pretty brutal. So, you know, using the invulnerability to your advantage is a real good idea. You know, it'll at least allow you to get to those late stages and just not have to grind out as much to try and figure out the best way to go about stuff. So, I appreciate that they put that in. If I remember correctly, the adaptive difficulty is fairly new as well. Oh, that was terrible on my part. Especially since I knew that was going to happen. Walking across the spikes and back. Yeah, I suppose I should also look at using the gun a bit more. That's one of the things I'm not 100% sure of when it would be useful to use it in combat, but I should look into that. And in case you're wondering, to get to the boss battle in a world, you have to... Nope. Getting right up on an enemy like that. We'll do that challenge room in a sec. Yeah, like I was about to say, to get... Man! Getting nailed by those bats, I swear. It like never happens. And then when it does, it's just like, what? Because the bats, I feel like most of the time you can charge into the bats without taking damage. Anyways, to get to the boss, you have, not the challenge room, but there's a mini boss room that you have to complete. Guardian or something. The game has some terminology. I didn't pay too much attention to it. Which, that terminology would be the room below. Yeah. I'll take the hit. This boss in particular is pretty easy. When you don't screw up like that. Yeah, I think that's all I can think of right now. May as well do the health increase. This room is probably... Oh, actually, maybe not. Yeah. So sometimes the rooms are only... Oh, man. I'm probably gonna die from just being bad there. Sometimes some of those smaller rooms are only one wave. Sometimes. It's always a bit of a refreshing thing to see. It's like, oh, I'm done. Holy moly. Alright, we got some pretty decent stuff. I'm gonna actually go to the other room. I'm not gonna get the quick completion time. So if you do complete quick enough, you can also go... Oh, that's just easy mode there. When you enter the next world, you can get an extra free item, which is usually pretty decent. 25% less health. Like, so there's a way to... I think it's HP. I've not done it, but you can definitely sacrifice to get a reroll of those options. I've never done it, so that's why I'm not 100% sure what it is. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Oh my god. That's just me being real bad. Yep, we'll take that. Take that. Sure. 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 So I should pay a lot more attention to some of those things. I don't need... we'll go with that. You could definitely re-roll those items as well. The problem is that they can get pretty expensive, so it's a tough balancing thing to do of when you should and should not re-roll. Yeah, it's not that I defeated that Guardian mini-boss. Yeah, for the boss I don't care as much about the lower HP. At least this boss. Can I do it without taking damage? Or did I just jinx myself into taking damage? I was gonna say, this is the first time I've done that. There you go. Achievement to tell me that, yeah, I got a perfect boss. Whew. It's a great game. Really fun. You know, it's pretty unique as far as I know. Like, I've seen stuff try and do things like this. Man, I just took a ton of damage. Oh, this is bad. It's not even the second wave yet. Anyways. Oh, I tried to be too fancy there. Well, thankfully there's a shop here. And this shop is gonna give me a little bit of a help there. Actually, having 18 health right now is pretty wild. If I could survive, that's what it comes down to, really. Oh my god, I saw that coming a mile away. Oh no. Whew. Okay. Got a shield. I'll take the risk now and check the altar early. I could get a full recharge. Ooh. Oh man. Go for the high quality drops. Nope. Oh my god. We'll go through the end of this run, because I don't think it'll last much longer. Choking pretty bad there. I'm just gonna take the easy way out here. Cause that guy's, yeah, as I said, that guy's very likely gonna give me a heal item. Yeah, a lot of this is just, at least for me personally, a lot of my struggle is just I kind of lose concentration to a certain extent, or I try and get a bit too fancy, and that's where it falls apart for me. Yeah, I go too aggressive, right? I try to keep the whole streak alive as long as possible. I don't try and avoid the shots. I go for the deflections, which, hey, when you get them off, they're great, but as you can see, when I don't get them off, you pay for it. They hurt. So, but you want the deflections ultimately, because they do so much damage. It's just, yeah, I'm like really not good enough to pull it off reliably. Reliably in the sense that I don't take damage in doing it as well. So maybe if I got better at the game and playing more, which has been what's been going on for a while. I feel like the difficulty just might have scaled down a bit. Come on. Yeah, so one of the things I'm not nuts about is I do have some problems with getting those deflections working. Oh no. Whew. Going super safe there. Okay, I got that. That was gonna be the scary part. Those drill guys are. Nope, nope. Nope. You know what? I'll just take the easy way out again. Nope. Oh, that's bad. Down to 1 health. Nope. Okay. Okay. I was hoping for one more shot, but that doesn't seem to happen yet. So, even though I was still going right, you kind of dart around the enemy you're attacking, so I darted left. And you kind of have control over that, but not really. But anyways, I could finish another branch of this tree, and I have a new dragon punch attack. So there's more to this game, which I'm not going to get into when you complete it. There's other modes and stuff hidden away on this very screen. No, not really on this screen, but there's other stuff involved. But that's ScourgeBringer in a nutshell. It's, like I said, it's really fun. I've had a great time playing. It recently left early access as well, and so I'm not familiar, like I've not followed it, I'm not familiar with what their plans are for the future, but I do know the dynamic difficulty scaling thing was added in one of the updates somewhat recently. Somewhat. So, but anyways, yeah. Ultimately, I think this is probably as much as I'm going to play this game. Part of it is I'm not great at it, and my progress is slowing down a little bit to the point where, you know, I turned on the invulnerability, I did a full playthrough from start to end, and it was great. I really liked what I saw near the end, but having gone through that, I know I won't get to that skill level very easily, so, you know, if I didn't have such a huge backlog, I'd love to spend more time on this, but I think that's probably we're going to stop playing this and move on to some new other amazing games. But yeah, with that said, this is Mike here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.